everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna do another art journal page, as always. I want to start a new series. Last time we did the seasons, the 4 seasons, so I really want to get again on that loop, you know, that you are looking forward to have the next phase, the next page, and you already have an idea, let's say, for that. You already have a theme. So I'm gonna do a new series. The idea is to have a planet series. Let me know if you like it. If you don't like this video, probably this is gonna be the only one. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna use again my trustful always art journal by Zen Art Supplies. This is really a nice journal. I like so much because you really can do everything in it. You can do watercolor, you can do acrylic paint. Not really for distress ink, but okay, still good, still fine. So the only thing is that as you can see, it starts to be a bit bulky on this side, and I'm really worried that the spine is gonna collapse soon. I usually prefer to go in sequence, so from the beginning proceed till the end of the book, but I really don't want to ruin this spine, or at least I want to preserve this book a little bit better than the last one. So we are gonna start the series on the opposite side of the journal, and let's see if this is gonna work. At least that's the plan. It should work, but I hope it's not too late because you can see already it's a bit bending on one side. Anyway, let's start and we will see how it's gonna turn out. So we are gonna start directly with the background. I'm gonna put very speed this part because it's just the first layer, as always. I'm using watercolor here. I'm basically using coal black. I'm putting some water, but in this first layer not so much because I want to have a really dark color. It's fine if we can still see the brush stroke, because anyway in the end it's not gonna be so vibrant, let's say, so present. And then I'm adding some violet. This is deep violet. My set is from Mei Liang, but any violet and black work. And the thing is that I'm just putting the violet in some area and then adding the black, so in this way it's gonna be kind of wet on wet, and then the two colors will be a bit kind of merged better. At least that's was the plan. And I'm adding a lot of water in this time in these layers instead, and so in this case then it's gonna be a bit faded. The look is basically that we are gonna have a kind of galaxy look, space look, and I think violet and black will work pretty well. And I'm doing the same on the other side, and when it's still wet, and if it's not wet I'm just basically adding some more brush stroke just with a little bit of water. I just wanted to remove a little bit of color, so in that case so we have kind of some area that are a bit darker, some area with the violet, some area that are a bit lighter black. And to do that I'm just basically using a little bit a tissue paper and just dab in the page, and then basically this is basically the background. When I'm happy with the look, I'm just let everything dry, and then I'm gonna move to the star part, because this is again it's a space. It's the space background. So for the stars, I'm just gonna splash white acrylic paint. This is titanium white. Adding a lot of splashes with a little brush, and I'm not so precise, and in some area I really want to have a lot of stars, in some area a bit less, so I'm really playing with it. In the end you do as you like. That's the fun part of the splashes, and to have a galaxy look, let's say. Now for the focal point I'm just taking this image from a magazine page and cut it. Now we cut the face. It may be a bit bigger than, but okay, it's fine, we will work with that. I think it's nice. I like it because she was looking on one side, so she's like looking on one side, so she has a kind of 3/4 profile. If I didn't find any picture that was straight profile, it would have been better, but yeah, that can work, this can work. In the journal we did basically a fake galaxy look. This is our base, And now I need to figure out how to put the face. You see, it's a bit big, but I want to have also on the side some moon shape, so it's gonna be something like that, I guess. That's just an idea. I still don't know exactly how to do, and I still don't know if I'm gonna use watercolor or acrylic paint. I'm kind of scared to use any one of those on the face because she looks so cute, but we need to change, you know, the red lips, the hair, so we need to use some color. And I want to have hair looking more silver, or anyway more gray color, because we are creating a moon here. Let's see how it's gonna be. Again, back to the mat and time lapse start. So as you saw, I was basically having a piece of paper where I traced the moon, and just to understand where to place everything in the page. In the end then I trace everything into the page, but the moon I'm making the moon a little bit bigger. And if I see now, I think if I had a even bigger moon would have been better. Anyway, so just was having a first layer of gray. In my set I didn't have a cool gray, so I had a warm gray, so I had to mix a little bit of color. So I just mixed the warm gray with white, with black, just to have again the cold gray. But it's not so bad, because then I had this kind of stripe, this kind of different color in some area, and I like it so much. And then after that, basically I decided, since I saw all those stripes, I said yes, I think it's gonna look cool. And I wanted to dab, so little dots here and there, or to highlight some area, mixing a little bit more white, or having a little bit more light gray or darker gray, and really play with it until I was happy with the look. And after doing this one with the gray, grayish, let's say white and gray color, I added also a little bit of dots with light blue violet, again to make more interest. Instead, for the face, after cutting, I decided to do the first layer with the same light blue violet acrylic paint with a lot of water to cover her hair, because I wasn't sure that I liked it or not that color. In the end I liked it, so then I just added another layer. If you're not sure, just have a lot of water. This helps at least to figure out how it can turn the page, because it's always scary to put color on a face, to be honest. And I did the same for her face, but for her face I was putting titanium white with tons of water, because I really wanted to have a thin layer of color. And as you can see, I was moving the brush on the same direction of the skin, of the light, let's say. So in this way, because in the magazine you can see the brush stroke, but in this way it's gonna be a bit less visible, because it's following the direction of the skin and everything. So I'm covering also the lips. The only thing that I'm not covering are the eyes, because I want to preserve the color that we have, because they're beautiful. Voila! So, little break. So while the lady is gonna dry, I'm gonna show you first what I did. So I did the moon part. As you can see, for the moment it's a bit patchy, and that's the look that I was having in mind, but we are gonna refine with some detail. And now I just give a first layer with the same color to the lady. So then we have I use basically this light blue violet for the hair, and mixed also same color mixed here with in the moon, patching mixed with a bit of white. Instead for hair, first layer of the face, I'm just was using white with a lot of water, so it's a very thin layer, and I think it's gonna stay pretty much like that, but I need to add some kind of different color, like a little bit more dark gray, a little bit more white. I want to have the lip in silver, and then basically we're gonna put it here. Doesn't look bad, and we are gonna kind of merge into the page.
So, first thing first, I decided to have one side of her face a bit more dark. As you can see, I was drawing a line there just to have again the illusion of the moon shape again, even on her face, and I like it. So that part basically will be the dark face of the moon. The other one is gonna be the bright side of the moon. I think it's nice. And so I was adding first a light gray, and then I added even more dark gray. In the beginning I was kind of scared, oh my gosh, what I did, but in the end it turned out pretty good. And then I'm adding a little more white, so another layer of thin white on the other side of the page, because I thought it was still too warm, so I really wanted to have a cool look, so it needs to be white grayish look. And that's basically what I did, again with a lot of water and just following the shape of the face. And then, as I was saying in the video, so basically I'm gonna add some silver on her lip. So the silver that I have is from the same set from acrylic paint from Collage. It's nice, but it's very thin. I was hoping that it was a bit more bold, but in the end it's fine. But you can still see the lip color underneath. I was more going, I wanted to have a bit more really bright silver color, but okay. And then for her eyebrows, I'm using the same color that I was having on her hair. I wasn't sure about that, but in the end, I mean, it's fine. I needed to have a bit color there too. So I just glue everything together and adding a lot of Liquitex matte medium on the back of her face, but also on the top of the whole full page. And then that was a really good idea, to be honest.
Okay, so we did basically some finish touch. I cut, if you didn't notice, I cut also her hair part, and then I glue everything down and put a lot of Liquitex matte. The idea is that having a lot of this one, the surface should be unporous now, and then basically we can do some details with pen, pencil, etc. And if there's something that we don't like, that I don't like, theoretically I should be able to remove with a baby wipe. But so far I like it. It's a bit strange. Maybe that dark. I wanted to have the dark side of the moon. That's why I did this darker gray, but maybe looks a bit clownish. I'm not so sure, but it's not so bad. So let's wait that it's gonna dry, and then we can work on the detail, the final detail.
Now, this part is the fun part, basically, but it's also the one that took a much long time. And every time I wasn't sure about what to do and if add more or less. Anyway, I was really glad that I did the matte medium layer. You will see later on. So I'm basically just creating her hair, so kind of frame her face and even going around the moon, so in this way they will merge a bit better, the two images. Thinking about it now, maybe the moon would have been better if the moon was much bigger. And as you can see, you saw I am just using baby wipe here and there just to clean if I didn't like something, and it worked perfectly. Here I was putting some black line on her face, on the lip and on the nose, but then I didn't like it. As you can see, I was removing with the baby wipe, and then instead of black, in the end I was adding some blue. And the color that I'm using, so basically I'm using Kelly Creates small brush set for the blue marker, and for the black marker is Baoke marker. And then on the eyebrows, you saw I was using some Stabilo line and then activate with the water. And then I'm using also some Faber-Castell Gelato. I had the metallic set, and I thought it was perfect for this project. So basically I'm using metallic blueberry, so that's the blue. I'm putting a little bit on the moon, a little bit on the dark side of her face, and then on her eye makeup. And then I'm using basically the light what is it? The metallic icing gelato for the white on her side, on the white side of her face, and also on the moon, and also the silver eyes again for the moon, mainly for the moon. And when I was happy, and again, as always, activate with a little bit of water on my finger. And then when I was happy with the result, it was time to adding some detail also on the hair. And using again the same pen that I was mentioned before, so the blue from Kelly Create, the black, and the Stabilo as well, to putting some line. To be honest, that one would have been better if I was starting from the top and then not stopping the line until the end. But sometimes, you know, with since this is an art journal, you have she's in the middle of the two pages. Sometimes it's not easy to don't stop, let's say, the lines, but it's fine. She looks cool, very cool. And this way then we can have detail of her hair as well. To be honest, it would have been better if I had a grey color, but I didn't have any grey pen, so that's why I had to use that blue, because I wanted to have a bit more greyish hair, but okay, doesn't matter. I didn't have the color, but in the end it turned out pretty good. And then I'm adding some highlights as well with the Artistro paint marker pen in white. Again, some line here and there, predominantly on her hair. And I have to say that if you don't find any face like this and you want instead to draw, it was pretty easy. I mean, I could have traced her directly from the image, from the magazine into the page and then color everything, but I really like to have this kind of look, so start with a collage and then mixing everything together until I'm happy with her look. I don't know, it's something that it always triggers me, my creativity, and I like in the end that I come up with something that is not exactly similar to the starting point. If you like this page so far, give me a thumbs up, so then I know that you like it and we can continue this series. I think I will continue anyway, but maybe if you don't like it, I mean, instead of having the all planets, I can just have like the moon and the sun, and that's it. We'll see. But if you like, give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. So after basically adding the gelato here and there, I'm basically start focusing on the eye and really finalize some few details. So for the eye, I'm using again the same pen. So I'm using again the Baoke, I always don't know how to pronounce, Baoke mark pen for the kind of mascara look, let's say. And again, to have more cold look, I added also the white marker on the bottom of her eye, and then waiting that is gonna dry, so then I moved on the other eye to do the eyelashes, and then I just adding a little eyeliner line under the white. I think this yeah, it's something that I really like in the end. Because emphasize more the eye, the beautiful eyes that she has. And for the eyelashes, I'm really following more or less the design that I have in the picture on the photo, and just adding few lines with the direction that I had in the photo. When I'm happy with the result, finally we can move to the next part. I'm adding again some gelato, again to match everything, to make everything cohesive. I'm adding some gelato as well on her hair, again the blue one, and I wanted to have more highlights, more bright part on her face, and so I'm adding really a bright line with the gelato, with the white gelato, and then on her nose as well, a little dot, and on her mouth, and on her chin, and I like a lot. And then to finish it, I decided, okay, let's have some sparkling star, because in the end the quote is gonna be about shine and sparkle, so I decided, yes, we need more eye-catchy star. I wasn't sure to add even more big star, but in the end I think I like it like that. She has the page has already a lot. I didn't want to add too much on it. I think it's good enough. And then after that I'm gonna focus on the quote. So the quote, I'm using always the same Artistro white marker, and writing down half of my heart will always shine. I found the quote on Pinterest. Actually, the quote was about half of my heart will always be dark, so referring about the dark side of the moon, but I really wanted to focus more on the positive and so on the shine. So I say, okay, half of my heart will always shine. I think it's nice. And that's my moon, basically. I hope that you like it a lot. So I'll leave you with some comment in the end and some picture in the end. And if you want to see more, I will put also the playlist or one of the video about the season series that we did last time.
And voila, it's done! I hope that you like it! I love it, to be honest. It's still a bit strange, I mean, it's still big, but I like her so much. I hope that you had a good time with me, and see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!